Raining fire. I was born where people weren't given the luxury of a name, so they called us after rocks, stones of deep beauty we would never get to see. The valley was made of steel, buildings so tall they surely cut the sun, a light we were too buried to know by sight. I heard that once the streets gleamed, lit by the glow of gold. When that was ripped away, the concrete lit nothing at all. Being grown was a strength all on its own back then. Reach, weight, size, and strength were the reward for surviving long enough to get it, but steel was stronger. Jasper and opal were the oldest, living because people had a use for beauty. They traded that away as soon as they could. For Jasper, we bought an Imperial, a body that traded flesh for steel, forged for war in skies that rained on the schedule of artillery officers. It made her tall, gave her claws to get the kinds of vengeance she needed to survive, to be sane at all. War machines like the Imperial were strong and expensive. We looted corpses so she could keep us safe. Its shell was harder than bullets and blades. It removed everything weak and unnecessary for battle. We fought back. Jasper fought back. And someone who used to be a lawman was finally her equal. They tore into each other and took each other's heads. But Jasper still moved, still fought, still spoke. I looked into the Imperial's discarded helm, and all that was inside was bolts and circuits. That was the moment I knew everything the city considered unnecessary. That was the moment I knew just how many people I would be willing to kill, and Jasper would be the first. I just didn't know how else to save her. Beneath the smog we called a sky, beneath the sirens and laugh and smoke, deep into the blood and warmth that makes me, I decided I would never be a machine. Not just that I would stay flesh, but that I would never be a cog at all. I finally started to grow, and then the time to kill came. There were those who were loyal, those fighting for change, and somehow the multitudes were both and neither, and always, always in the crossfire. Between the two of us, we began to see those who rule shake hands together. By some sick miracle, the lords who ruled us had been the first to decide that they had enough. Territory expanded and contracted, but the wars they fought amongst each other were for us. I had always been told that greed was bottomless, but here the few decided that they had everything they needed, and fought only the way tectonic plates do, grinding the stone between them to dust and remaining on top for millennia. Revolution, too, was meaningless. The money that funded it always came from the top. That's how we held on to hope that something would change, even though the Imperials they sell are controlled. They let us trade our soul, our bodies for hope, and still keep enough in the bargain that we would never be a true threat, only distracted and angry at faceless masters, not known names. We joined the lawmen. We thought that at least they could make a difference, but we are outmatched. And there is no faction that wants peace more than justice that begets only revenge. And the lawmen don't make rules for themselves, only enforce what other people agree is true. The whirlpool twisted around us, and yet here we know that in the upper levels there are still those whose feet touch silver, walking on open sky. The only meaning revolution ever had for us was putting out one fire after another, a new distraction, a new atrocity. They began carrying fire up the valley towards the sun. They think to pour it down upon us, but know they won't have to. This is like everything else, one more thing that can't be ignored. A genie we are to spend our blood putting back in the bottle. They do these things only because they know the lawmen will stop it. I won't. I kick the cauldrons over myself. I can still smell them char. Memories of Akrilla, City of Color, dictated by Jade Larrell.